LeetCode. Alrighty, there we go. So today, I will be showing you basically the connection between USACO, LeetCode algorithm with um, mobile app development. So first off, all right, as the um, lead code question, right? So lead code questions. So there is a question which the palindrome number, right? Which is number 9. Okay, a palindrome number. So this is an easy question. All right. And okay, so for instance, it's return either true or false, right? So the very first step, okay. So if x is less than 0, and we basically return negative, right? Because it is not going to happen, right? Or you just return false, right? Okay. And otherwise, it is basically it's a positive number. If it is a positive number, so we can basically check from the head and the tail, right? In the meanwhile, so usually it's going to be a two pointers algorithm, I would say. So left is going to be 0, and the right is going to be n minus 1. And what is n? And absolutely, it is a ln of the x, right? Okay. But we're given a integer, right? So therefore, we wouldn't possibly know, okay, the length, right? Okay, so there's many ways we can solve this problem. Is we can use the counter, right? Okay, the counter we can count from the beginning and all the way to end. So for instance, CNT is going to be 0 and a while. So we also need to create a copy of x itself, right? And then while XX is bigger than 0, and CNT firstly increased by 1, and then XX would be floor divided by 10 every times. Why? It is because it is a base 10 numbers here, right? Okay. So by doing that, eventually we can guess the total uh, number of digit of this of this number, right? Okay, CNT. And then we can set up a for loop. The range, all right, is from that to that. And then we can basically check whether the number is a well 10 digits or 5 digits of stuff, right? Okay. This is basically use a little bit of mathematics here, right? But if we just use computer science, what we could do is basically we convert it into a string, right? So this is basically most likely most people would do, right? Okay. And then n is going to be the len of s, right? Okay. And then we can use it for free. All right. But in the meanwhile, I'll be showing you how to count it as well. And then what we need to do is basically we can create a while loop here, right? So while left is less than right. And then let's see, all right, so if what? So if, okay, so if s of left is equivalent to, or I guess we just simply say not equals to, right? If it's not equals to what? If it's not equals to s of right, that simply means it's not palindrome, right? So therefore it return false. All right, and the else is basically they're the same, right? So we also need to count. So therefore, we create let's say this one is going to be A is going to be 0, right? And right here, A would be increased by 1. All right, okay. And then by doing that, so for instance, we can simply manually check it, right? So for instance, what do we get here? So this is 0, 1, and a 2, right? So in the very beginning it is left less than right? Yes, because 0 less than 2, right? And we're comparing 1 and 1, and that is true, right? And next round, we have 1 and 1, right? Okay, because eventually we also need to modify left and right, right? So left say increased by 1, and then right minus by 1. All right. And why do these? Why do this? Is because right here, I need to compare one if that is less than one, right? Okay. So, and then this is a two, right? And a two. But apparently, I guess for this situation, right, one less than one is a false statement, right? Because one is not less than one. So therefore, I guess I need to put an equal signs here, right? So therefore, it lead me to turn that into less than equal, right? Okay. And then right here, so I'm going to keep working on these. All right. And eventually, so all right, so if they match all the definitions here, right? Okay, and then we can say, so for instance, uh and then we return what? And then we return true, right? Okay, there we go. And then let's run this code one more time. So let's see what is going on. All right, and then let me submit these and let's see what's going on. All right, there we go. Good. Okay. So this is the code, all right? And the next step is how would we possibly really visualize it? Okay. So now we have the code, right? Okay. And next step is there a possible way we can visualize it, right? So firstly, you need to pick the language to fit in the scenario, right? So Swift is the answer. So firstly, we're going to have a var. A is going to be a string converter. So we're going to convert integer action to a string. Okay. And then we're going to have a less declaration. So this is going to be a period count. All right. Okay. And then what do we do here? And then I guess we also create a var left. I'll just use L is 0 and the var right is n minus 1, right? Okay. You don't have to use the semicolon though. So, and then what do we do next? And I guess we just use a while loop. So L is less than or equals to R. And then, all right, and then we need to have a var int starts with a 0 and the if statement, right? And the else statement, right? Okay. If what if I guess what we could do is we can convert it into AR array as well, right? So I would just AR equals array of A. All right, okay. I guess a bit could be a bit easier. And okay. If AR of something not equals to AR of something, right? So this is R and this is left, right? And then we just return false, right? Okay. And else is simply increased by one, right? Okay. And then eventually we just return true, right? Okay. If it passed all the check. So let's see that. The logic is the same. So I guess this is without question parentheses. Right? Okay. So why it doesn't work this time? It is because I didn't check the negative rate. So if what? If x is less than 0, I would just return false immediately, right? And then let's run this code one more time. It should be working. No, okay, false and true. Wait a second, so 1, 2, 1. Let's see what is going on here. Oh, wait a second. Well, I do have this one. 1, 2, 1, it is false. And why it is a false here. So I have this one and I have that. CNT increased by 1. Output is a negative. This is a bit interesting. I have a count. Okay, what if I turn that into ARR? So I do need these as an array of these. Let's run this code one more time. Oh, wait a second. What if I submit? What if I submit this? Okay, so that simply means there's something wrong with this, right? Okay. So the string of x, it turns that okay. So I'm going to have a for loop here for I in 2, that's a 0 less than let's say a period period account. I'm going to print, I'm going to print a, oh, you know what? I'm going to AR and AR of I. So let me see what is actually going on inside this algorithm here. Okay, it seems like I do have what I want, 1 to 1, but it doesn't give me what I want. It's saying that 1 and 1, okay, and this is step out, which is no problem. L and R, right? Oh, you know what? Okay, I forgot to uh increase by 1 and R minus by 1, right? Okay. Otherwise, it doesn't really make any sense, right? Okay, there we go. Good. Okay, and now it's supposed to be working. Yes. All right, and then submit this one real quick. Okay. All right, there we go. Good. So now we have this code, right? Okay, so now I guess we can simply just use this method here. I'll just copy it and then go to the Excel code here, right? And I'll be going through these projects as well. Okay. I'll be creating a brand new file here. So this is going to be March what? March 15th, March 15th, and the import UI kit, and I'll just call it a palindrome number. All right. UI view controller, view load, super view load, and I'll just make the background color to be UI color, period white. All right. And I do have my method here, right? Okay, I can use that for free. Okay. But now next step is I do need to visualize it, right? So for instance, I need a what? So let input box, right? Input box is going to be UI text of view, right? Or text of field, right? And I can definitely just initialize it by that. And I need to have a let a process button, right? Process button to be UI button for sure, right? Okay. And the function, am I yes, I'm recording it. Set up UI, right? Okay. And for this input box, right, I do need to set an input box, right? So therefore, I'm going to have a let AR is maybe just the I was just the items is going to be input box and the process button, right? And then for item in items and item view period. As subview, this is going to be item, right? Okay. So items from the items, right? Okay. And I also need to have items period item period translate. This one's going to be false. Okay. And I can also manage those layer period corner radius is going to be 5. Therefore, I can have a little rounded corner, right? An item, period. What do I need right here? I guess probably I want to have a little border color. So layer period of border color is going to be black, and items period layer period border. Let's see, width is going to be 2. Let's see that. All right. And then add this one here. Okay. Border color. I need to turn that into CG color for sure. There we go. And what else? What else? CG out subview. This one. I'll just put it into this. Okay. I guess I get everything I need here, right? Okay. And what else? Right here, I have the instance. I have the setup UI. And I guess probably let me just UI text the field. All right. This is the UI button. Much better. Okay. Initialize it. So therefore, I can definitely remove all of those well, redundant stuff, right? Okay, there we go. Good. Okay, next step. All right, so input box, right? Period top anchor, period constraint here. I can definitely have some view period of top anchor, and that is let's say maybe 100 is active to be true. And for the rest, I guess I just want to uh do it quickly, leading, trailing, and for these, it is going to be a height anchor constraint. So height anchor, I want this one to be 40, just good enough for me, right? And then view superior, the leading anchor, this is the trailing anchor, and this is 10, and this is the negative 10. If you remember why it's negative 10, right? Okay. And then I can definitely set up the process button, right? Okay, all I need to do just copy and paste here. And then right here, this is these ones the bottom anchor, right? And I need that to be maybe just the 10, is which is good enough for me, right? And I do need to call this method here. So this is set up UI here. All right. And probably I think maybe I need to modify the root view into these. So these ones are going to be palindrome number. All right, now I'll be running this real quick just to check the initial UI setup if it's working. There we go. I'm going to just all right. Where is March 15th, right? Okay, March 15th. All right, so let it compile a little bit. All right, in the meanwhile, I guess I also want these ones the background color. It has a little problem here due to okay, that makes sense. So background color to the UI color, period system blue. All right, let me run this code one more time. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess for these, um, I guess for these, what do I do here? I think, oh, these one, okay, why I move this right here? It's supposed to be here. Okay. And I guess, okay, I don't want to use the shortcut, but this one translate is going to be false. It's going to be, oh, oh, wait a second. It's going to be true. And then run this code one more time. Oh, still. Uh, Translate out to resize and mass into true. So let me check the previous work a little bit quick. It is supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be false, right? Okay. And then what's wrong with these? I guess these ones are that. Okay. I would simply do that separately. So this one, this one, this one, this one, copy this. And I need a process 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now it is supposed to be working. Right, so the auto layout, right? So firstly, we need to still the problem. Let's see the still the problem. Let's see what is going on here. Uh the the class is not the key. Oh, palindrome number. Oh, okay. Window period window scene UI window. It's the window scene, and I need this one is SC. C and a window period of root field controller, it is going to be VC. and the window period make a key unadvisable. Now this one's supposed to be working. This one's supposed to be working. Okay. And then I guess previous code was good. All right. I have to modify anything here. Yes. Okay, I have items here, constraint into this is a false, and then add it here. And then yes, there we go. Yes. Okay. Right here. So and then now what I need to do is probably just enter some numbers here, right? Okay, so for instance, like 1, 2, 3, and I want to press this button to check whether it is a palindrome number, right? Okay. So and then now what we need to do is we have a true or false, right? Okay. We need to pass a numbers here. So this number it is going to be what? Okay. This number is through the input box, right? Okay. So firstly, function check uh palette, right? Check algorithm. Okay. Check algorithm. Okay. Algorithm. Or maybe I would just do it. Do it. Okay. A bit easier. Okay. Center is going to be UI button, right? And then I guess I need to have like a guard let input val is going to be input box period text and else return because I do want to have a solid input value here, right? Okay. And I'm going to pass this value into these, right? Okay. And however, this is an integer, right? I could definitely convert it into integer and convert it back into a string, right? But I guess probably I would just do into a string, which is a bit easier, right? Okay, and right here, but for some reason I need to check whether it's negative or positive, right? So therefore, I'll just use integer now. And then uh I'm going to firstly convert it into okay, so let converted val is going to be integer and it's input of val, right? And I can also print it out, so convert the val, right? So it's a guarantee that it is going to be integer. And then what do I need to do next is I'm going to call this method here. So is a palindrome. Then I can pass this converted val, right? Okay. All right. And then I'm going to right here, this one must be this one must be something solid, right? So therefore, if you really want to cancel this warning, you can put a question mark here, right? Okay, there we go. And this one's the var result is going to be that. And then, so right here, we can print a result, right? We can print result here. Okay. And then we wire, so process button, add the target, right? So, and the action, selector, this is a do it, right? Do it. Okay. And then touch up inside, right? Okay. And what else here? I guess we get everything we need, right? Maybe we want to have a output, right? So therefore, let's have a output box here. This one, I want this one just be a UI label, which is good enough, right? And then copy this and paste it right here. And I guess that's pretty much I want. And then right here, copy this, paste it, and output the box here, paste, right? And then copy this, paste, right? Okay, pretty straightforward. And right here, okay, so the result. So therefore, okay, output box period text, and I'm going to assign result to it. So let's see. I refresh the initial check here. The result is going to be a bool. So I'm going to have a string converter, right? I'm going to convert into this or if, right? If result is a true, right? And then I can definitely assign the value here, right? So this one is going to be yes, it is, right? And then uh otherwise it's basically a what else? Otherwise, it is no, right? Okay, there we go. All right, let's run this code one more time. Okay. Let's say this is 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. It's a no, right? How about 1, 2, 1? It is yes. How about 1, 2, 2, 1? It is yes. How about 1, 2, 2, 3? It's a no, right? Now you understand this logic here. Okay, but how would we make it just a bit better visuals here, right? Okay. So definitely we need to place the number, right? So for instance, uh, what we could do is when we have a number here, we can put 1 here and then 3 here, right? And then 2 is here. And then this is a 2, right? And then we can simply just check this and that. So this is how would we possibly visualize it, right? Okay. So now we need to think of the we need to think of the what's the UI here. So, and then I'll be having a sample code here. So this is set up number UI here. For this, we do need to have use the CG rect. Okay. So for instance, I'm going to okay, so for instance, usually we don't want to put a really big number. So I guess we just constraint, restrict the enter, the input like maybe at least at most 10 digits, right? Okay. It's a 10 digit. Therefore, we do put a number here, and that is integer, right? Okay, so firstly, we're going to have is a let AR is going to be a string converter, convert to this one, and the let AR equals array of a, right? Okay. And then we can get an array, right? Okay. So, and we want that to be less than 10. So therefore, I guess, okay, so let width is going to be CG float. That is going to be view period of frame period width. And over, I guess I want to over 10. All right. Okay. Why? Is because I need to create a UI elements, right? Okay. 10 is a good number, 10 is a good number, but I guess maybe I want to minus 10 as well. So because I also want to have a little spacing, right? Okay. And then I also need to have a what? So this is the width, right? So height is going to be pretty much exactly the same, right? Okay. So there we go. Next step is going to be what? Next step is now we have the number here. So we want to place the number. So like 1, 2, 3, and 1, right? Okay. So therefore we need a for loop here. So and that's I guess. So this one is AR period count, right? Okay, so less than that. So firstly we have let x coordinate, right? The x coordinate is going to be CG float. CG float is going to be what? So first number, second number, right? First number and a second number. First number is going to be CG float of I multiplied by W and multiplied by, we could have a like maybe a padding, right? Padding is going to be CG float. That is going to be 1.08, I guess. And then have padding here. Okay. And then do what? Or margin, right? So it's margin. And well, I guess this is oh, and also initial location, right? Initial location, I'll just put 10 right here, nice and easy. Um, and I guess maybe I'll just have left. It's going to be CG float. It's going to be 10. I'll just use these variables here, right? Uh, Y coordinates, okay, I guess Y is going to be CG float as well. I'll just probably have maybe 400 for these. And I have X and Y within height. So therefore, I need to have my pixel, right? Pixel is going to be UI I'll just use a UI button and a pixel, PI, pixel, period of frame. A is going to be CG float, X is X, Y is Y, width is W, height is height, right? And I can definitely have little background color is going to be UI color, period. I want this one to be maybe light gray. And I also need to borrow some, okay, code right here. And I will just paste it here. And then pixel border color. Okay, therefore um, I can have some uh, visuals or UI here. And then set the title. I guess the title is actually from ARR. This one is going to be string interpolations here. It's ARR of I, right? Because that's the number here. And for this is going to be normal. All right, I guess I get whatever everything else I want, but I also need to have a view period at subview. I have a subview. I'm going to add my pixel right here. Good, nice and easy. And I can also print the pixel period title, right? Title label period text. All right, there we go. So now this is the UI. This is the UI, and I need to visualize it, right? So for instance, suppose this is the do it method, right? So then I need to call call the UI setup here, right? Right here, what do I do now is basically what's the method's name is setup number UI here, right? So and X is what? X is actually from converted value here, right? Then let me run this code real quick and let's see what is going on. This one must be a solid number, so I'll use exclamation mark. All right, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I have 1, 2, 3, right? Okay. So now, okay, now I have the visuals here, right? But every time, right? So I need to also reset, right? I also need to reset. So, for instance, a 1 and a 3, right? Okay. And then how would we possibly wire up this method to this method here, right? Okay. So I guess firstly, what we need to do is we need to we need to we need to have the UI here, right? And then we run the algorithm later and then check the details about it, right? Okay. So, and then how would we possibly do, right? And I guess first of all, we need to create something of a this is a var output btns, right? It's going to be UI button, right? All right, and then assignment, this is UI button, right? And we have output here that allows us to, okay, output button, right? Okay, period append. We can append our pixels here, right? Okay. So, and since we're able to print it out, okay, so all we need to do is, I guess, you know what, we can simply call is a palindrome method right here, right? Okay, we can call that right here. So for instance, okay, right here, we can call it is a palindrome numbers here. Well, apparently it's no, right? And in the meanwhile, you know what we could do is we can simply have a method here. Uh, okay, I think we can directly use this, right? So we have is a palindrome, right? And we have the button here. And while it is this, and oh, I guess we can do it, right? So therefore, um, if they are not equal, right? So I guess we can have the output buttons of L background color is going to be UI color period. I guess what we want is maybe system red. Okay. And I guess this is, and in the meanwhile, this is R, right? So logically speaking, it is going to be true, right? Um, it is because, okay, we create a UI and we called this method, and then data will be updated right away. And then let's check it out here. So we have 1, 2, 3, run. Yes, it's no, right? Good. And then next step. So I'm going to, what if it pass? What if it pass, right? Okay, so right here, um, because we have return, so it will just stop the algorithm right away, right? Okay. So, and then I guess probably yes. Okay. So now let me use more numbers here, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? And then all right, it stops right here, right? Because it's already a bad result, right? Okay. And then what do I want to do next? I guess probably if it is, right? If it is, then what do we do? I guess we just we I guess we just okay. I guess right here. Um if it is yes, I guess I want all of these to be I don't have to be green, right? Because I mean it's already visualized. So but let me do that again. Let me do that again. So can I do this? 111. As you can see, so the rest that doesn't the rest that stays as well, right? So I need to do something to reset. I need to do something to reset, right? Okay. So how do we reset it? All right. So we can create a method here. So for instance, function reset, right? Reset is basically dispatch queue and main async after dispatch time plus, I guess a 3 seconds is good enough. All right. And what we need to do is actually is the output. We have this one here, and then we want to reset everything. That is basically input box period text is going to be no nothing, and the output box text is going to be no nothing, and then this one I need to have so weak self right here. And then I also need to remove all of these UI, right? Okay, so therefore this one's going to be question mark, question mark. And how do I do that? Okay, because I have a output button here, right? Okay, why is still yellow? Remove this one. All right, should be working still. The reference is a weak bar, weak self. Let's see that. Okay, so I have input box period text is going to be now. Do I have to? Yes, oh, I think I have to use this self. And then right here is supposed to be a question mark. Still no. It's no new. Input box of text. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yes, I don't have to use this. Good. Well, since I have a output button, right? So actually, it's adding it is adding it is adding this one and here, right? So what I can do is for item in output this one, right? And then item is removed from super view, right? And then but I do need to call this method here, right? So where do I call this method? Is still self. Okay. Uh, self period buttons, and then the sequence for loop UI buttons optional. I think so, because there must be something here, right? And then right here, how to put the buttons, the reference. Okay, I need to have self period. Hmm. Okay, 0 periods, and that self period I have output box period count, and this is index. And I guess I want the self period output box and the index of this certain. Let's see. This one keep bothering me. Yeah, I'll put this one as no output box. Okay, output button, and then this one is this. Now, okay, okay, good. All right, so now let me check. I need to call this method somewhere else, right? It is supposed to be on the right here, reset. Okay, and then run this code one more time. Let's see what is going on. All right, I'll be having probably 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 2, 1 is supposed to be reset everything, right? And then I have 1, 2, 2, 3, 1. All right, then it's a big no, right? Okay. And let's see, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 is no, right? Okay, and then I have 1, 2, 1, okay, 1, 2, 1, and then is yes, okay, and then I have 1, 2, 2. All right, it's no. All right, I guess it's this algorithm. Okay, so overall it's about 125 lines here. Okay, well, this is how would you basically connects the algorithm with the real world applications, right? Okay, so hopefully it makes sense. All right, so I'll be giving you this code, and I want you to go over this code at your end. All right, and maybe you want to also create a app just like that. So, because if you are able to visualize the algorithm, that simply means you really understand the algorithm itself, right? Okay.
Uh,